the championship winning football coach. Before we dive any deeper, could you share a pivotal moment that shaped your approach to overcoming challenges?
Picking just one is the question.
I'll give you more
Well,
than one if you got more than one.
well, so I'll start with this, and this is a question I've answered more than once actually. The motivation, or should I say, when you join the military, especially when you're even considering becoming an officer, they ask this question, right? And they ask for an example. And the one that is burned into my brain is very early on. I think I was either a sophomore or junior in high school, and I remember riding on the bus. And I grew up in a rough part of Memphis. I'm cultured. I'm nice and civil now, but the upbringing was way rough. Which led to the adversity and mental toughness. And it grew over time. You don't have that initially. You have to go through the fire in order to understand how to overcome it. But the initial memory which sticks out is I was sitting in the middle of a bus and these bullies were talking about beating up these smaller kids on the front of the bus. And to me, that was just wrong. And so I changed seats, moved up, told these kids, what was going to happen when we get off the bus. You guys take off running. I'm a big guy. Played offensive line in college. I'm going to stand in the aisle and block the seats and block all these bullies. And I did. And that to me was a pivotal mark in my life in terms of, how to stand up for others and then using my size to protect others, which led to the military. And now is, circling back to the football piece where I can influence people, especially young men nowadays, on how to overcome that adversity. It isn't just an emotional response that happens, but you have to use intellect as well, because now versus 20 years ago, you can't simply get in a street fight and then move on. Now there's a huge amount of consequences where violence is no longer the answer. Not that necessarily